Hi, so I just want to give you an update on the model, how we put the bobber together. So, it turned out to be it should be a fairly easy model to put in without the core. As I mentioned in the email, I spent 2/3 of my time on that core to make sure I got that right. Make sure I modeled it correctly with the origin in the right location. So when we take that derived part and insert it into another part, that the part will actually update every time, and we can get it in the right location with the right distance off the bottom. So as we talked about yesterday when we put a tube in here, we want to make sure that the bottom of the tube is the same distance for every pad model that we create, whether it's going to be the paw pad or the bobber pad in this situation. And that had to be incorporated into the core too. Thought was initially maybe using the core model that we already have inside the paw pad, but that didn't really quite work out too well. I didn't want to do anything to that. We can't really modify the paw pad now because you're already making a mold out of it, so I kept that same. But I borrowed all those design elements and created a whole new part, and I'll show you here in just a minute. So what we're talking about here is having a model that's 3 inches or less in diameter. I think we did that. I talked about putting the core above the parting line. I did put the parting line here in this location, right at the top of these tabs that are, the rings of Saturn that go around this, the circular revolve pattern that we created. But having a core above that probably isn't as necessary. I think the biggest thing here is to make sure that the distance between the bottom of the tube and where the floor starts is consistent with the paw pad model. And we want to make sure we do that, and I'll show you that here in a minute. So that kind of trumps the core above the parting line. But the thermoplastic material of 0.06 inches, about a 1/16 of an inch, translates, I think, to 1.6 millimeters. So I went ahead and offset that here in that revolve, and I can show you that here in a minute. But if we go back to the paw pad model, again, what we're trying to do is we want to make sure that the distance here between the floor where the latch tabs are and the very bottom of the model, which is going to be represented by this point down here, is going to be a consistent distance amongst all of them. So let's go to the core, since I spent most of my time on the core. This is our core. I had to recreate that core. I couldn't really rely on the model on the paw pad because I didn't want to make any modifications to the paw pad. And make, in case you have to get something changed in the mold that you're going to be getting here in a few days, or a few weeks, I guess. I think it's 4 weeks yesterday. I want to make sure that you didn't make any changes in that, so I just emulated the design and created a cylinder for that so we can insert that into each part. When you insert that into a part, you're kind of limited as to what you can do with that part once you get it in there. You can't really, it's not like an assembly. It's got some limitations, and we had to kind of incorporate that into our core here. But all the names of the core over here, all the names for the features of the core are all about the same. So if we make any changes inside the paw pad model due to some modifications to the mold that you might need to make, then we could also make those changes to our core in here, to our latch core. So, again, it starts at the very top sketch, but this is going to be a critical dimension. I'm going to show you that here in just a moment. It's going to be 22.2 millimeters from the floor in here, where the floor of the tabs are, to the very bottom of the model. This point is going to be very important when we insert that core into our model. So it took a little bit of time to put this together, but let me show you how we derive that. So we go to the very bottom of the model down here, add one sketch, and that sketch is going to show you the very bottom point in here, the lowest part of the model in here, right along the center line where that core is going to be. And we measured that at 22.209 millimeters. I eliminated the 0.9 millimeters. That's probably about the width of maybe a hair. I don't think it's really significant. Even 0.2 may not be significant. That's about half the diameter of the extrusion on your 3D printer. But I put that in there. It's a fairly easy thing to do. So I just went out to like one significant digit for that beyond the decimal point. But anyways, we're measuring that from the floor down here to that point, and that's what we incorporated into the core. So let's get to the bobber and take a look at that. And let's see how we put this together. And I'm going to show you from the very top, just like we did with the paw pad. We start with the right sketch. With the right sketch, we can make all of our design changes up here. So if you want to change things, we could do that here. For instance, the floor down here, where we cut off the bottom in here, we could change that. Right now it's 15. I made it as high as 20, as low as 10 millimeters. And depending on how you want to make that change, that could be done relatively quickly. In fact, all of these could be changed quickly. This is where that offset's going to be for that plastic vacuum form shell that's going to go on the top of that. So we have a little bit of an offset on that, 1.6 millimeters. And we could actually type in 0.06 inches in here, and that gives us that value, but I rounded that up to 1.6 to give us a little bit of room for the glue that we might put in there. The core hole, I made that 31 millimeters wide. It's wider than what we need it to be. I think it's 29.5 on the inside. But anyways, we want to make a hole in here where we revolve that around so we can put that core inside that hole and then combine it all together. But this is where that, well, we don't have that critical dimension in here yet. We have to get the model together and assembled. And now I'm going to show you where that critical dimension is going to be, that 22.2 millimeter dimension, which is going to define the bottom of where the core is going to go. That's going to get put in as we put our model together. So that's the basic shape in here. Let's go and rebuild that and move down the model. We take that rollback bar. You can see how this is put together. We put in our base cut in here in the bottom. Again, that's driven by that 15 millimeter dimension here in the bottom. That could be changed if you want to do that. There's all sorts of different options in here in regard to getting the form down. This is just our first iteration. In regard to working on the bottom here, I tried a couple different tries at the dome tool. That didn't really quite work out, so I reverted back again to how we did it on the paw pad. So I deleted this face down here, and this might be easier to look at if we did a section view in here. Once we delete that face, it takes it from a solid body, a solid model, into a surface model. But we deleted that face, we put that face back in there on the bottom, and we deformed it just like we did with the paw pad, and then we knitted it all together, and that's what we get. So we get a little bit of a curvature in the bottom. Right here is where that sketch that defines that, so it's 4 millimeters, just like with the paw pad, off the bottom in there in order to put that curve in there. So that's the center of the curve on the bottom, and it kind of tapers off in this direction on the right hand side. So we thickened it, that put it all together, and then we go ahead and we created a core guide sketch. This core guide sketch, now that we have the basic model and shape, provides this point down here. If we right click on that sketch and go to that point, this is going to be the very bottom of the model. We're going to have a hole down here in the bottom, just like with the paw pad, but this represents the center line of where the core is going to go in, and that point is going to be 22.2 millimeters from the floor of the core that we're going to put in there. So this is where the core gets inserted. It's like a part within a part. We're going to go ahead and rebuild that and bring that down. And the very last thing we want to do down here is we want to make sure that we align everything correctly. Now, right now we don't have it combined, so you can see, like a body within a body in here. They're not really combined. That's going to be the next step. But the last thing we want to do is make sure that we take these 2 points, the point on the core, which is 22.2 millimeters from the floor in here, to this point down here, which represents the bottom of the model. So again, when somebody puts the tube or the walker inside of this pad, it's going to be the same for no matter what core we use for whatever pad we're using it for, including the paw pad too. So now that those are aligned, we're going to go ahead and combine the 2 models that we have in here, the 2 parts. Puts that together, and just to finish that off, I made that a little bit short in here. This is going to be where that bottom hole is going to be, and we're going to emulate that draft angle on that too, which is 5 degrees, and that puts that together. So there you have it. As part of the core too, if you go back to the core model, I made it a little bit tall on top. This is the basic core model in here, but I created one specific for the bobber. So what we did is extended the top a little bit. We cut the bottom off a little bit too, so we could take this surface and create a, borrow that geometry from that surface in order to emulate that hole, which is going to go through our bottom. We want to make sure we didn't do that first, so we can get the real actual bottom of the model before we put that hole in there. So that's the bobber model. In order to change the top of the bobber, which is going to be this portion up here, if you want to change that and make it a little bit taller or shorter, we can do that by going through to the core model and that configuration of that model. So that's what that is, and if we go to the section tool and unsection that, we can turn off our sketches. That's what the bobber looks like. So again, first iteration, a lot of the design changes you may want to do in order to make this stylish can be done relatively quickly by going up to the right sketch up here in the very top and making modifications to that. And then there's other modifications in here too. So print that out, let me know, give me a laundry list of what sort of modifications you want to make to this, and we'll go from there.